Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 24 with the NC Dinos of the Korean Baseball Organization. In our previous episode, we made it to the Korean series for the first time, but unfortunately, we were unsuccessful, losing 4 games to 2, but having by far our best season yet. And it's something to build off of for certain. So, let's talk about coaching. So, we want to get the best coaches we possibly can. On is not one of them. Burkett is. So the question becomes, do we make Burkett our bench coach, or do we make Burkett our like a bench coach or a third base coach? Not so clear on that one. Just for the hell of it, let's make him the bench coach. That seems good and reasonable. And we're going to want a new pitching coach and a new third base coach. So let's find somebody who can teach us pitching. So please note, we're not getting the creme de la creme. We're getting good coaches, we're not getting the very best. I think Mr. Ramsey here would be a fine choice. For a third base coach, I want somebody who can teach catching really well. Here, Franklin Blanco, I would love for you to be my third base coach. And then I also need a pitching coach for the rookie league. And here, I would love to bring in Dave Schmidt. So we're going to try that out. All right. Next, let's talk about arbitration. We have a lot of players who are standing to make a lot of money. We could bring back Yang. If you remember correctly, Yang's salary demands are actually very small at this point. And it isn't as though Yang wasn't an effective player last year or that he has injury issues, but he is losing velocity. And he's definitely not the pitcher he used to be. So we might pass on that. We are offering Davidson a new contract, which he may or may not take. Let's talk about who we're going to keep and who we're not going to keep. Starting with Junho Lee. Mr. Lee was highly effective, and I think has to be given a chance to come back. So we're going to offer him his 1-year contract extension and call it good. Young Jun Lee is our best chance to have a great young pitcher. I am somewhat tempted to offer him a long-term deal, if he'd take one. He does want a lot of money, though, and I want to see him actually perform at a high level before I'm willing to give him that money. But for 1 year, absolutely. Min-Hyuk Shin has been a reliable arm, but he wants an awful lot of money. I'm also concerned about his ability to be great going forward, because his number one ability is just not walking people. And that's great. I love that for us. But you'll also notice that his ERA is still highly susceptible to giving up home runs and just getting hit in general. The better question, of course, is if we didn't keep Mr. Shin, who would we replace him with? And that's a far harder ask. It is not at all clear to me that there is any clear, talented pitcher to take that role. And so I think giving him up before we know we don't need him is doing us a disservice. So I will keep him, even though his salary is getting quite high at this point. Like 200 grand isn't nothing, but I do think he's earned it. Jun Young Choi is an interesting pitcher. He was quite literally awful last season. Truly, truly terrible. Giving up 9 home runs in only 41 innings is excessive. Now, the question, of course, is, do we believe in his ability to recover, or do we think his time has come and gone? If we look at his past seasons, he's actually been far more valuable. Let's take a look at it here. He's been a relatively reliable purveyor of quality innings when he can keep the ball down. And that is the ultimate question, right? The ultimate question is, can he keep the ball down? If we look at his ground ball rate, nope. Yeah, look at this. He was giving up a lot of fly. Actually, his ground out rate was actually fairly decent. So I don't know what was causing him to get his pitches elevated, but he got the shit kicked out of him. He is willing to take a fairly substantial pay cut to stick around. I just don't think it's worth it. Like, we're spending an awful lot of money on an actual risk, which is that he will return to anywhere near his skill level 2 seasons ago. He is only 24. And so it is fair to ask the question, are we being too harsh on him, given his relatively young career? Perhaps. But let's look at some other people first. Interesting. I don't know what to make of Mr. Ha, to be honest with you. I do know what to make of Mr. Han, which is that I'd like to keep him. So I will go ahead and offer him a new salary. Jae-young Jang is a fantastic pitcher and needs to be on this team. Remember, part of the reason for our great success was how much we invested in the bullpen last year, and I don't want to lose that for little to no gain. Paying Jae-yoon Kim this much money is frankly absurd. Like, even 110,000 feels way too high to me. Like, way too high. I think we withdraw his contract and he can become a free agent. All right. So as we slide on back here, the question is, do we give Choi one more chance, or do we consider Choi to be a lost cause? Like, he regressed in every conceivable way. In every conceivable way. I think we have to keep him and hope that maybe having a new pitching coach will get his shit together. We'll consider it at least. Ha just isn't that impressive. Like, he's gonna struggle with walks, and that's just who he is. He has managed to give a decent walk rate in the major leagues, but I just don't think it's sensible to keep him around when he isn't a top tier pitcher. Mr. Jung here has 1000% enough talent that he needs to get another year before we consider non-tendering him for little to no game. Shangmo Lee is. I think his value is that he can also pinch hit if we need him to, and that's why I'm going to keep him. But he doesn't have the longest leash. He's not somebody that I think will necessarily be around for a long time. But he's an interesting player, and interesting players can do interesting things. Alright. Hyungjun Kim was an extremely talented catcher with a surprising amount of offensive production. And I see no reason to part from him when I don't have great catching opportunities already. So we'll hang on to him. Alright, we gotta make a decision, friends. We've got to make a decision here. I have 3 first base, and one of whom is Matt Davidson. And tying up 200 grand in 2 players just seems like an inefficient use of resources, when neither one of them played for a whole bunch of time. Like, I like Choi a lot, and Choi has had a couple of fairly impressive seasons. O offered us a ton of power when we desperately needed it. Either one of these guys could have a role to play, but I think keeping both of them is foolish. So what do I need more of? Do I need more quality contact, or do I need more power? I need the contact. So, oh, you're the odd man out. I'm going to try to trade you to recoup some of my investment, but my intention is not to keep you no matter what. And I think that became obvious, but I'm going to go ahead and non-tender you. Choi, I will give you a new contract, but I'm not going to promise you the starting lineup. I think you'll have a decent shot at it, but I'm not going to guarantee it. Ju Won Kim has been worth a huge amount, and he still hasn't reached his peak yet, which is what I find truly impressive. There's still one further gear here. A guy who's regularly cranking out 380 to 390 on base percentage. Like, he's one of the best third basemen in the game. Does he want a huge raise? Absolutely. Is he worth it? Equally, absolutely. I wonder if I can get you to take, like, 250. No. That's not you. That's a non-starter for him. Fair enough. 300. 300 you'll accept. Okay. Hambyul Kim is just not useful to me anymore. I wonder if I could trade him for a prospect. I'm getting some offers here. Nobody truly outstanding, but I'm getting some offers. Bong-Soo Kim is not terribly exciting. Ji-Min Choi is. A lefty who throws 92 could be something really attractive. So I think we will make this deal done. Ji-Hoo Kim gets an extension. Ta Young-oh has no value whatsoever. He can depart. Se-Jin Cho had a phenomenal season, a truly phenomenal one. And there is no advantage to us not keeping him. There is no reason to decline him. Siwon Park is a different story. I don't know how I feel about him. He is reasonably productive. He does a lot of little things well. But a guy at this level of gap power should be cranking doubles like they're going out of style, which he did in 2025 but didn't do last year. A lot of his power disappeared. He's a useful player, and his contract demands are so minuscule that I'm not going to fuck with it now. But it does beg the question of, does he have a long-term future with us? And I don't know the answer to that one. No is easily a keeper. Like, this is genuinely terrifying, what he might look like when he hits his true level. Because a full power node should be regularly hitting 300 plus and potting 25 plus home runs a year. That's terrifying. His ceiling is incredibly high, and I don't want to lose out on him. What about Bay? Two things are extremely apparent to me. Bay had by far the worst season of his career. By far. If we look at his past performances, he has been a borderline MVP player at times. And recently in 2025, he was actually an exceptional player. But those strikeouts have always been a problem for him. If he's drawing lots of walks and hitting the ball with authority, we can overlook the strikeouts. And he did draw decent walks. If we look at his rate stats, he struck out in nearly a third of at-bats. Not great. But he walked in about 12% of them. That is good. But I don't think it's good enough. And betting on him to rebound, the only thing that gives me pause is that I don't really have a center fielder yet that's ready for the majors. Byung-Sik Kim is terrible. Like, he has very little to recommend him in any conceivable way. And while Seong-Ho Kim might be special one day, he's also not a true center fielder. And neither is Shang-Hui Kim. So this all leads me to the unfortunate conclusion that we have to keep him. Like, the alternative, I guess, is playing No in center field, which isn't awful. But, like, if we look at roster, and if we look at fielding ratings, fielding position ratings, sorry, I have one above average center fielder. I technically have two. I could make Kim play in center field, which he'd actually be pretty great at, but I think he helps us more at shortstop. I think his defensive shortstop is far more valuable than trying to make him play center field. So if we don't keep Bay, we have to get a replacement center fielder. And I just don't feel confident in my ability to do that. Even though he is a limited offensive player. Even though he is on the wrong side of 30. And even though he never met a strikeout he didn't like, I think Bay has us over a barrel right now. At least until some of our youngsters can show us something. Interesting. Oh, that's right, I'm posting Bay, aren't I? Then I will let arbitration deal with him unless somebody wants to buy him from me. That's fine. Okay, so this stuff is all done. Let's go ahead and advance time a bit and see if we can get our coaches. Really? Like, you're an okay manager, but can I just offer you an extension, please? Yeah, you'll take an extension, that's fine. Okay, brilliant. And that's everybody. So we're going to quickly go into front office mode and we're going to set up our staff roles here. So Blanco's going to teach infield. Burkett's going to teach base running. There we go. That's a better fit. Is it? Yeah, because he can't teach the outfield at all. And I think this makes sense. So we're going to go with this. I don't know how good chemistry is going to be. We're going to have to wait and see. I'd anticipate Blanco getting along poorly with Burkett and Raymundo, but we'll figure it out. So Davidson accepted a 1-year deal for almost $1 million. That's a lot of money. So currently I have 3 foreigners. I have Angel Felipe, I have Dylan Van Meeteren, and I have Matt Davidson. Which is good. I can live with that. Ooh, somebody got was a glove wizard. It was Jihu Kim and Omen No. Nice. I wonder if Angel Felipe. Yep, there he goes. I was just about to say, I wonder if he's going to get reliever of the year, and he did. It was close, though. Like, technically, Taekwon Kim actually got more first place votes, but Kobe must have left him off the ballot. Kim did have a pretty incredible year. But Felipe was a tiny bit better, I think. Surely we're going to get some platinum sticks, too, right? Sejun Cho was the only one who got it, but admittedly he deserved it. He had an amazing season. Oof. Min Seok Kim is so freaking good. Like, it's not even fair. It's not even fair. It's wild. It's truly wild. Franchi Cordero found someone to stick with and had a pretty good season. Dongwon Park is. This is why we're struggling. Like, our upper echelon talent is not as good as theirs. It just isn't. And until we're able to get that upper echelon talent and make them work, I think we'll continue to struggle a bit. Mr. No got a Rookie of the Year, which I absolutely approve of. Wabam. I'm manager of the year. You're damn right I am. I don't know we'll get outstanding pitcher though, but we might get MVP. No, we're not getting MVP. Not with some of these WAR totals, which are frankly absurd. I don't think we have a snowball's chance at hell getting MVP. Like, I would be utterly shocked if we even finished. We even got a top 3 finish for Cho. Because he only played the really beat. Yeah, there he is down there. That's where he deserves to be. When you got players like Baiko Kong and a pitcher this damn good, who I assume won pitcher of the year, yeah, he's a real good player, and we need to find players of that level. That is not only important, it is mandatory. Like, if we're going to truly be the best version of ourselves and make the kind of team that can be competitive year in and year out, we need superstars. That's what we're lacking. We have stars, we have plenty of stars. But superstars are a bit harder to come by. We did end up keeping Bay, that's fine. We have a fair bit of cash. The problem is, all of the best players are going to be foreigners. And I'm not willing to part with any of the ones we have right now. But I will look for KBO dudes. A KBO Duderinos. Hi there, Dongwon Park. It would just be comically stupid to take the one position I actually have a strength at and then try to add to it. I think that's just a waste of my money. Let us immediately switch to KBO mode. There we go. Sang-Woo Cho is a really good pitcher. Like, he's a really tremendous pitcher. And I love the idea of adding him to an already formidable bullpen. Let's make that happen. I'm going to give you a 3-year deal with a couple of team options built in there, of course. Because you'll be one of our best pitchers almost instantly. Though I think Sung Yoon Kim is good at his defense, and I don't think that's a great reason to keep him around or to even add him to the roster. You're such a good pitcher, but your pitches are so slow. I don't know how successful you're going to be. Yeah, I'm just not convinced. I could keep making the bullpen stronger. There's definite value in that. Because I certainly don't have all the answers in the bullpen. I truly don't. I'd prefer to get a quality starter, but I don't think such a player exists. And if they did exist, I don't think I'd be able to acquire them. I think that's a bit foolhardy to even expect that. Check that. There is Mr. Yoon Dong Hyo. My man here actually has some upside to him. Let's do it. Let us acquire him. He wants a 4-year deal. I'm willing to make that happen. As long as he can provide quality pitching, then I'm willing to make that a thing. There's a position that I feel that we're light on. Not really. We're eventually going to have to find a star and pay him like a star, but right now I haven't seen that player yet. So until that day comes, I will be cautiously optimistic. I would like to keep Felipe, though. Davis is a good one over $1 million, isn't he? Yeah, he will. We will talk at the end of the season, Mr. Davidson. Kunwoo Park will almost certainly also not sign for less money. No, I'm not going to keep him. He is fine for what he is, but I don't think it's a sensible idea to devote that much money to one player. Who is the best contact hitter among the hitters in this class? Interesting. We may have to end up bringing him back. But we'll cross that bridge later on. I don't want to fuck with it right now. Trade with Teehee. Is there anybody? Ominda is going to get expensive, which is reasonable. I'm concerned about Kunwoo Park. I truly am. We will have to think long and hard about what to do with him in the off season next year. Quite right, quite right. I like it. It's interesting that the man tied for the league lead in home runs isn't able to find a job. That's pretty crazy. We do need to find that elite, that super elite player, though. I think that's what's going to make us truly terrifying. Nobody terribly interesting is retiring. A bit of a dull episode, I know, but that's just kind of where we are right now. It's not really about thinking outside the box. It's just, I want you on my team. Like, it's really hard not to vote for some of these people given their redonkulous war totals. So hopefully, that'll change. We'll be able to get some of these elite players in the Hall of Fame, the Hall of Awesomeness. Sure. There we go. Done. Nobody is signed to no yet. That's really interesting. Which means one of two things happening. There's either a giant bidding war for him or nobody's offering him money. That's truly interesting. So far, only the foreigners have been signed, which is it's fascinating to me. Like, Ji-hook No is a really good player. I feel like I would not be doing my due diligence if I didn't at least kick the tires and see how much he's asked. Oh, he actually has been signed. But whatever happened to my reliever that I wanted? Like, he never responded to me. What's up with that? Like, he just didn't sign. What? Man, I was actually looking forward to signing him. Damn. Zam. Okay. That's fine. Everything's fine. I wish we had some more reliable contact hitters on this club. I think that's my greatest concern right now. And it could get better. And in fact, I suspect it will, but... Oh, there's Young Ha Choi. Mr. Choi might get an opportunity here. If he plays his cards right. His baseball cards. I wonder if No retired, and that's why he's showing us not having a team. Zhang Choi made it. It is really weird that, like, I don't know if the problem is that the votes are split among all these different people. Okay, 70% means 12 of, or 8 of the 12 managers have to vote for them. There's 12 teams, right? Or is it 16? Wait, how many teams are there? Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's 12. So 8 of 12 have to vote on the same player. I don't think so. Not interested. Oh, it's also expired. So that was weird. We look to trade with you, except that we don't. We don't want to trade with you. Like, okay. Cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. I think we're a better team. Our young players have all gotten a year older. Oh, that's awesome, but also unfortunate. I mean, I love the $1 million. Don't get me wrong, but now this puts me in opposition because now I don't have starting center fielder. Are there any interesting outfielders left? Oh, that's unfortunate. That is terrible timing. Could not be worse timing. This basically forces me to trade someone to try to get a center fielder now, which I don't feel great about. I mean, a guy like Jung Hwan Han might turn into a nice center fielder because I honestly don't think he's that great a player. Byung Sik Kim can't actually play center. Other than that, he's fine. You can play center. I think you might be the early youngster to get a shot at it. Yeah, let's go ahead and call him up now. Lose the extra $1 million. Actually, let's pour it into player development. Like, right? Like, putting $2 million into player development just seems like such a good idea. Okay, 1.5. Oh, I can only do triple the baseline. That's fine. Yeah, that just feels good. That feels like the right thing to do. Wait, why are there games happening? Oh, that's right. Spring training is like crazy short, isn't it? Some people getting better, other people getting not as good. I mean, look, Sage and Cho taking an even bigger step forward can only help us. Like, it can only help us. Alright. I definitely want to get some accomplished players some reps in spring training. See who can make some inroads into bigger and better things. I don't bring up any of the 19-year-olds. I think that's too much. Jun Xiao Lee doesn't really impress me. I think Dong Soo Park turning him into a reliever might actually be really beneficial. potentially. And yeah, I think some of our really, really top players just need reps in the minors to improve. Let's go ahead now and do 6-man rotation, obviously. I want to get a lot of different people some pitching in spring training. Moving no to center is a choice. I don't know how I feel about it, but it's good enough for now. Hey guys, we almost got an entire inning out of Koo. Really, game? You could not injure my best players, okay? You could not do that. That is okay. And then the Astros went from the National League to the American League. Not long after that, if I remember right. Yay! More injuries. Woo! Just what you want to see. Alright. 60-day IL for you. 2 to 3 weeks for you. 3 to 4 weeks for you. And 2 to 3 weeks for you. This is the opening day staff that we've got right now. I presently have 17 pitchers. Personally, anything above 12 is excessive. So 3 pitchers are going to the minors. 1, 2, 3. At still 14 and 12, which isn't actually what I'm looking for. Let me send down Han. And probably Hio. So I can call up 2 position players. I definitely need an infielder. And I definitely need an outfielder. Mr. Kim, I think he can handle that particular role. I like Jin-Hyun Kim a lot. Because Ji-Hoon Choi isn't that good defensively. Yeah, let's do it. Let's grab him. I actually like that quite a lot. And that gets up to 26. And that's what I was looking for. Wait, where did you put the dude that I just acquired? Okay, you just basically made him into a center fielder. Okay, I see. And then we'll set the lineup and the rotation, and we'll see what we're looking at. I have nobody in the top 10 prospects. That's not encouraging. I'm only the 10th best. That's hard. I think our minor league system is actually better than that. I just think it maybe doesn't look as impressive. But here we are. Some players definitely got worse, but some did get better. Like Hae-Yoon Kim is throwing harder. That's only going to help him. Okay, this is really nice. As is this. This is less nice. I don't care for that. But he's gotten better. So that's cool. Alright. What are we looking at for time? Yeah, we'll set the lineup and the rotation, and then we'll probably end the episode. So clear pitching staff. Just murder all of it. 5-man rotation. Pitching ratings. Alright. Young Jun Lee. Won-tae Choi. Jae-Young Jang. Jun-Ho Lee and probably Min Hyuk Shin would seem to be our best opening day rotation. With Lee being probably actually Mr. Yang's incredible velocity. He could be really special if given the opportunity. But there is a bit of a risk in there for certain. You could be opening day started, Lee. I don't mind. Alright, Dylan Van Meeteren is 100% going to be our emergency starter and long man. Middle relief. Felipe is 1000% our closer. Like, there's no disputing that. Like to 8th plus, actually. Jimin Choi is actually best suited to be a specialist. Also throws some middle relief innings, and then you can throw middle relief, and you can throw middle relief. Oh my gosh, you had 28 players. I completely forgot it's 28. If that's the case, I'm going to call up Han. And I'm going to call up, maybe Choi. Yeah, we can have Choi as a treat. I'd rather have one more position player, though. Is there another position player who is making inroads into being a consideration? I have 7 outfielders. I don't need 7. I need another infielder. Like, here's what I'm thinking. Choi is almost... No, Choi's actually not the obvious DH, is he? That would be Mr. Kunwoo Park. I think he needs to be a DH in order for him to stay healthy and for us to take advantage of his average. His contact ability. So that said, man, I need one of you assholes to like fully unlock in the very near future for us to be a truly special top tier team. But I mean, like Myung-Chul Kim couldn't even hit that well in rookie league, and that is concerning. Because a ton of his value is going to be can he hit at a high level. I don't know the answer to that. Yeah, I kind of want that 15 players, 15 position. No, let's go and carry the extra picture just for now. You can be long relief and a specialist, and then you, my friend, are long relief. I think that's your best role. You could be middle relief, used more often, I guess. Like, this is very much going to come down to who can make a significant impact in the first 2 months of the season, and as far as who's going to be your best pitcher. But let's set up the lineup. And murder the depth charts, please and thank you. Our best overall hitter is Park. Cho is pretty well rounded, so I kind of think of Cho batting third, Davidson batting fourth, and Park batting second. Let's do that. So Cho is batting third. You're the designated hitter. No, you're not. You're the right fielder to begin the season. That makes sense. Davidson hits cleanup. And then, I do want Ji-Hyun Kim in the lineup, but not leading off or even batting second. We're going to let Choi could play second, actually. I don't think he'd be very good at it, though, so I think we're going to let him DH for now. Kim is going to play center and bat seventh, I think. Mr. Third Baseman is going to bat fifth. Mr. Han is going to bat eighth. Kim is going to bat ninth. And this leaves other Kim to bat sixth, which I think I agree with. I think this is a pretty decent choice for depth chart. And we're just going to copy and paste this right the way over. I feel like we're doing Si-Hwan Park a disservice, but the thing is that Choi's skill set is what we desperately need. When we get No back, then I'm probably going to change the lineup around a fair bit. But this seems like a decent lineup. It is lacking a little bit in elite on base skill. But we're doing all right. Like, Kim is a pretty good player. Man, do we play Park over Choi? Here's the thing. Park does everything Choi does, but he does them better. And he's got the doubles power. I think we're going to DH Kunwoo Park and let C1 Park play right. I think that's the play here. As much as I like Choi, and I do like Choi, Cho is equally good at the position as well. Here's the difference for me, right? It's this. Yes, Choi's less likely to strike out. Understood. But Park has the same contact and the same batting eye. So I think Mr. Park here has earned our attention and our admiration. And then generate depth chart, please. You really want Choi to play at second base if I do that. I don't mind doing it once a week, but no more than that because he's not a very good second baseman. And that is it, my friends. That is the conclusion of this episode. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please remember to like and subscribe. Until next time, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.